Hey everyone, Sean here again, and today we are talking about office hour number 13. And in our calendar, actually this one is starting a new iteration already. So we are starting working on the August roadmap, like what we have discussed last week. We still do the streaming on both YouTube and also Discord. So feel free to let me know if you have any question. I will try to answer. Let me drop into this one. Okay. Hey, Alvin. Good to see you. And on YouTube, we also have a few people. All right. So what new that we have today for everyone? So the first one is we have a feature. So it has been a while that we not yet like go into the feature wish list in here. Actually, if you notice in the features wish list, we have the like number one supporter, Alvin. He's also in the call with us. So in July, we do not have much time to covering on the feedback on the roadmap. But in August, because the multi-agent system is sort of like ready already, so right now we're pushing out to everyone to try who purchase. Then we have more time to review the backlog and also just improving the user experience and use case. So to kickstart this one, actually we was looking into something we call is OCR. So this is a request from John. He is maybe not here with us today, but this is something that we have discussed it for a while, like last 3 months on this, but we never get chance to work on the real OCR. We was try to kind of like instructing everyone that you can use our tag extract node and Gemini. So if you go here and you will go search for PDF, and then you can use the template. And you can, if you clone this one, then it will actually using an action that we call is like tag extract. So this one is also kind of like having the built-in OCR capability, but this is not like the state of the art. And after that, you will need to pass into the LM to do. And if there's someone else is also doing, I also instruct you that you can use Gemini. And then because this model have the multi-modal responsibility, so you can actually just enable these images, and then you can add an image to Gemini, and it will try to using some of the capability to OCR. But for today, I would like to introducing something new. That is state-of-the-art OCR. So this is Mistral. So in overall score, so we are comparing between different like Google Document AI, Azure OCR, and GPT-4o and so on. Mistral OCR is kind of like having the highest score out of all of them, like 94.89. So what this OCR can do, it can transforming these kinds of like textbook into a readable format. So on the left hand side, you see is actually the one that like just a scan from a textbook. The right hand side is actually the formatted data that we extracted the data already. So just to give everyone an example, I'm going to open Agentic Flow. I'm going to my workflow. I already create a OCR node in here. So what you can do is that you create a new step, and then you will search for object OCR. Yep, object character recognition. Click on this one, and this one actually it will take two input field. One is the document type. Second one is document URL. So if you notice that there is no here, you can click on this small icon. It will show you a drop down. This is a small issue. We can fix that. There will be two options for you. So one is the input will be a document URL. So this can be a scan file, a PDF file, for example, or it can be an image. So for now, in the purpose of the demo today, actually I choose an image, and I mapping the document URL as a image to URL. So this one actually a user input that I already upload this picture, the scanned picture of the books, and it will just have only one step. And let me run it, and let's see how is this running. Okay. Okay, it's pretty fast. It's like less than 3 seconds. So you have everything, like where incredible block, and you can even have like some of the like parameters from the textbooks and even the mathematic code. These are something that really hard to do, but this one can do because this is kind of like a paid service from Mistral OCR, and this is pretty solid as well. They can supporting up to we are currently support this via PixelML Open Router. So if you just top up like $1 or $2, you can use that. And this one is supporting up to 1,000 page per batch. So it means if you have a very huge amount of like a document that you need to do the scan and so on, I think one of our customer, this one is I think this not only just this one, but it's also this one. So I think Oliver also mentioned about this one, extend OCR with PDF file, scan image. So this one can consider as done as well. And this is done. I mean, so I will just create all of these related OCR. I will close them all. So basically, we are currently supported OCR on this. Okay, I will paste this one into the roadmap. I will say we support a mixture OCR now. You can use this with OCR action in workflow. Yep, so send, and I change this one to completed. Currently URL would not include this, but we introduce it a new action that you can use OCR with SOTA performance from Mistral OCR. Release in public hour. Okay, send, and this should be also done. Alright, so that is the first thing that I would like to share with everyone, which is the SOTA on OCR. So I will come back to the Discord to see any question. Hey John, hey, good to see you again. Yeah, so we have Mistral now. I think you can start to play around with that. I hope you like it. Yes. I believe that I have a lot of like real estate and also so on. They are not really PDF friendly, right? So you can actually using for a lot of like batch, because you can create a bunch, right? So you can create a workflow like this, and maybe you can upload a table of like 1,000 file and then just upload it and let Mistral to do the job. And it's pretty cheap as well. So you can indexing like 1,000 page of books very easily and very, very cheap. So we just pass through the course. So I think this is the first one that I would like to share, just to demonstrate that we are going back to our roadmap here. We will pay more attention to the main roadmap. So if you have any question, you would like to do something, raise here and vote, and we will pick up in and just try to slot in the major development. All right. Next one I would like to introduce is MAS update. So if you're not logging into your workspace now today, and you go into multi-agent, and if you have your MAS activated, you will see that there will be a new interface already that's replacing the older interface. So in here, there will be two sections. The first section on the top is the template. So as we promised with everyone last week, that we will work on 5 templates that related to deep research, sales, content, customer success, and business analysis. So we need to a place to show them, right? So that you can clone and play around with that. So we make a UI for that. So you can go here. So right now we only have deep research, but we will add more. So when you click on this one, it will show you like what is the how is it running on production. So this one is like an example. Like this is the result from PixelML, and this is an agent that provide an update. Another agent will provide an update in here. Yeah, it's quite basic. So it's just including one trigger and one research agent node. And okay, you can see here. You can just drag around, and You can see how things going on this part. And zoom in, zoom out. You can see like what is the workforce, and then you can duplicate the agent. It will take some time because right now the duplicating agent is taking a bit of time. So for example, like we need to clone every agent in the workforce, and then every agent, if it had a workflow, then we have to clone all of the workflow, and that's why it takes some time. So after you cloning this one, it is condensed into here is a bug that we will fix, but basically this is like this. So you can having the trigger, which is like incoming message, and then you have your first agent, you have second agent. You can click on your first agent, you can see and do some configuration on the setting, MCP trigger, task management on or off. You can even do knowledge table. I mean, same the way that currently you are doing your agent. And similar for this one, when you even can configure your sub agent. So basically, it is quite similar. And what new is that for today we are introducing V2 of the UI. So if you click on this one, you will have the feeling of how V2 is going to look like. So that is a much more comprehensive. You can see this one is snack. So it means you can organize this is quite structured like this. So I mean it's just nicer in terms of like my frame, and you can click on fit view, you can like organizing to this one, and you can back and forth, like back, forth. So I think the V2 UI, we work a lot of things in this one, and we believe that it is going to be much more user friendly for you to build a very complex workforce. So you can have an agent here. You can add a new agent. Right now there is a read only. We're still cooking on this part, but basically, whatever that you can have in V1, you will find in V2 and even more powerful, because in the workforce, we are, so let's switch in this one. So if you click on add node right now, actually we are introducing that you can add a workflow into a workforce already. So as a tool. So for example, like you can connect this one to this one. And with V2, actually what you can do is to having the different layout and perhaps that the other snug as well. Yeah, so with a similar tool and workforce and trigger and so on like that. All right. So at the moment, the V2 is still cooking. We will keep here for a while, and you can switch back and forth between them. And when it's up to a level that we find that it is sustainable and stable, we will replacing V2 to V1, and yeah, to let everyone to try on this. Yeah, this is the good part. I think there's some bug, so that currently the delete button is not working at the moment. I will take note on this one for the team to fix on this. Yeah, thank you. So the question is, will it possible to have Mistral as a parser for database? So I am assuming that you are talking about using Mistral to read the data, right? So kind of like, instead of like you are going to the agent and then you go into the knowledge of the agent, and then you can add a text. But at the moment when you are creating a text, it is not using kind of like OCR here. So technically you cannot using a maybe non-PDF related file. So if you would like to have an import type that support OCR, I think that is something we can do. So we can add one more type in here that will be powered by Mistral OCR. So it means this text format is going to read the PDF file, maybe scan a PDF file, and also read all of the data running through the Mistral OCR, and then transform the text, which is the PDF, which is very scanned like this, into something that readable, and then storing this data as a knowledge for agent, and we can reuse that later. I think that this is something that we definitely can do. There's no problem with that. Yeah. Okay, if you have any question on that, it can let me know. Okay, we have another question on laser rod. Yeah. It will, so in here, if you can see the result, So it will just passing the text in here, and you still need to running through a like LaTeX parser in order to writing down. But this is actually this one is taking from their website. So the original image is from their website. So as you can see in here, they can run through their Mistral data, and then they can reparse this again into a LaTeX related. So it's kind of like one-to-one parser in here. So technically, I think you just need to do one more step of like transformation of LaTeX parser via maybe a code, a JavaScript node, and then you can transform that into a file. That is something like this. Yeah, you can also try with this one. Okay, I think this is a very good part. So whatever that they can do on their website about the new Mistral OCR, we can do in our site. So even like with the picture of the PDF, they can scan into this. Even like in another language, they can also do. And yeah, the score is pretty high already. And it also supporting picture. So the beauty of this one is that it will allowing our agent will have ability to read the image. So for example, chart was something that never been, I mean, the current knowledge parser of the agent in agentic flow is ignoring the picture and chart. But with this one, we can reconstructing the understanding of the agent so that it will see the for example, like the table, you see the table, parameter, decoder, and encoder actually is passing in here as well, the small table on the left. So it will give the agent the full understanding of whatever that in the page, not just the one that on the text side. So this is pretty powerful. I would say I have to write something in here. This open up ability to have knowledge of agent to understand chart image in the PDF file and scan as PDF file. So we can extend this one. We might extend this OCR capability as an optional option in the knowledge adding step, so that you can choose OCR or not to enrich your agent knowledge about image chart. Yep. So this is something that I think that definitely with this capability, this is something that we can do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think just a JS node to transform that into a LaTeX, we should do the trick, I think. Yeah, I saw that JSample is asking a question. Hey, Gaurav, and hey everyone. Hey, George. Hey, good to see you. Can we have an LM model take the output and autofill in background database or seed? Take the output and autofill. So I mean, so this one, you mean you would like to have a background, right? And I think this is something that I would like to introduce as well. So let me talk about background. Okay. So background is one of the features that we have quite a while already. So background is you can just create a table in here, OCR table. And then in here, you can add a new row. And then you can just add a new image here to get the URL. For example, like in here, maybe instead of like image to URL, I would just delete this one. I would choose file to URL. And I would just dragging this one in here. So okay, I will have this URL. Okay, and then when I'm going to this background, okay, let me create a new one, and then I would just new row, I'll paste here, and I will click run, and it will technically just doing this part for me. But let me go in here, The reason why I need to go here because I was deleting the original link, so it will not working anymore. Let me click here to try if it's working. Okay. So it reads all of the information from the file that I have. And if you would like to have the background of this one, you will create a new row. You will paste the URL in here. Paste here, and you select all, and then you click run to row. And technically, it will just running one step at a time. But if you would like to have a mass creation of this one, then what you can do is you can exporting this one as a, for example, like JSON file. And then in this JSON.data, actually is it containing what is the structure of the file that you need to input in order to make it run. So technically, if you can manipulate this file offline, then you can import it back. So for example, like import here, it will select my download file. I think we are only exporting and importing Excel file. Okay, never mind. So what I mean is that if you can constructing a JSON file like this, so we can help you to import this JSON file or maybe an Excel file back into the background. So how you can create this JSON file. So that is coming up to the next feature that we're just introducing. So this is agent memory. So this one we call this file system. Okay. So what does it mean? So our agent right now will, if you go into the agent, you will see that there's a memory section. And in the memory section, what you can do is you can enable this file system. And let me go into an agent. Let me create a new agent from scratch. Test new file system of agent. Okay. So if I don't enable this one, I ask, so I will copy the data from here. Help me to create this JSON file with multiple rows. Okay, so it's going to create a JSON like this. So technically, we are creating this kind of like JSON artifact already. So you can having this as a JSON file, and then you go back into the workflow. For example, I'm going to this workflow. The OCR, for example, and then you go into the background. And instead of like creating one row at a time, you can importing the file that you ask the agent to create to back here. So it will, instead of like you go into here and click line by line, it's going to import from the offline file that you can create somewhere. It can be an agent in agentic flow. It can be ChatGPT or somewhere else, so that you can make sure that on the left hand side, the one that with the yellow background, that is the input field. You filling all of these. You select all of them, and then you click run. Maybe I'm taking the one that already success. Then it will trigger the one that not yet success, and you can handle it. So that is how you can create a JSON file. But what's changed now is that if I enable this one as a file system, a new SOW for a customer who are the restaurant owner, which need an agent that help them to take care of their customer. Make sure you include some mermaid diagram on how the customer flow look like. Okay, can you make it .md5? Okay, sometimes we have to explicitly ask the agent so that it will create a file like this. But later, what you can do is you can put it in a system prompt. So, for example, like I'm downloading this one, and what I can do is that, for example, I'm going to my Google Drive. I would drop this one into here. So this is a new scope of work document that my agent just created for me. I will open that within Google Docs. So you can see that the agent right now is actually create a well-formatted Google Docs file that you can use. And for example, like if you are including some diagram here, you can copy this diagram and you using some tool, for example, like Mermart, and you can paste here, and it will insert that file into here. And you just right click and then you click copy to clipboard, and then you can replacing that document. Where is it? Okay, just replacing this part with a new picture. So it's much more nicer, and this is something that you can mimic and also create something that can produce to your customer. And because we have some other MCP like Google Drive MCP, so the process that I'm just doing right now manually can be automated as a process. And I think we can also ask in the agent. Now we have the ability to create .md5 in any text file. Can you brainstorm some use case that we can create an agent with ability to create file like this that is helpful? Yeah, maybe we can ask the agent to give us some idea. So a lot of idea in here. Let me see. First one is document creation. Second one is content creation, meeting note and agenda. This one is interesting. Automatic generate meeting agenda based on milestone, meeting minute, take note during meeting and format them into structured minute distribution. Okay, let's take this one. Focus on this one. Let's create a system prompt so that when I paste you a sales transcript, you create a well-formatted .md file with Mermart diagram and related, so that I can output a well-structured meeting minute and share to my boss. I need to find some sales transcript. Let me go into Agent Flow AI. I think we have some sales transcript. Let's search for okay. So in here, I think we have some. So this one is a sales transcript. Example sales transcript here. Okay. So what I'm giving the agent right now is I ask it to create a system prompt for itself so that it will use the file system capability, so that later when I paste a transcript to this agent, it will read and producing a markdown file that I can import to Google Docs and make it very nice. So let's see how the agent come back with. While waiting for this agent, let me go back to Discord if you have any question. If I have user that need to upload 25 email data like insurance in PDF, Mistral can scan it in bulk. User need to upload the docs and image to the table. So the OCR action is just one of the action that we can use, and this action can be equipped as a skill to agent. So it means if you are publishing the agent to the end customer, so every time they upload a picture, we will trigger to Mistral 1, and then they will passing that one picture or one PDF page. For PDF file, it's going to be like it will take only one file, and then if that file have like 100 pages, it will pause and sending everything as one. Yeah. And if you are uploading 25 image data, and so it means there will be 25 tool code from the agent to the OCR action, and then everything is considered as one page. Yeah. All right. I hope that it answered the question. All right. So this already create a file. Let me open this one, and then maybe I'm going to Google Drive, and I'm going to drag here. Yeah, what is that? Meeting minutes, sales transcript. and I'm open this one. Okay, so it's just creating a well-structured and format that we can reuse later. But I think the agent is not that smart. I was asking it to create, I asked you to create a system prompt for me. So that later when I paste the transcript, you format it in the file format I want. Okay, so it have a system prompt already. Let me copy this entire system prompt, and I copy here. I paste back to this one, and I click save. And I'm going to open a new chat. And in this one, I will copy this one, and I will paste in here. And let's see if the agent is going to creating a new file for me to download or not. So it have in this cell meeting minute already. So let me open this one, and I'm going to back here, cell transcript minute. Open with Google Docs. Alright, so that is a markdown file. But what if you can creating another file? Because this is okay, we can create HTML file as well. Because this file system is very powerful. It will allow you to create markdown file, maybe HTML file, or even EML, which is the format that for the email address. So just imagine you can now have this file system as a new skill for your agent. So for example, this is a cell meeting minute in HTML. I will download this one, and I'm going to open this. Okay, so it looks quite similar. Can you beautify it with CSS inline and make it nicer and professional? Okay, I will download this one. I'm going to open this one. So as you can see in here, so I just access, and it will creating a minute in well formatted. So you can add your logo, you can add everything. So just is like, if you can create an agent that allowing your end user to submit some certain information, and then based on that information, you will creating a template with company logo and information. You can combine it together with some internal workflow that will call to some certain system. So just to give you an example, it's like maybe a quote, like customer come to your website and they will input some of the information, their name, their phone number, and also they would like to have a quote from your company. So normally you don't need to, you can create a form for them to fill and so on, and a lot of questions, but technically you can create an agent that doing this. And before, I think we already have the ability to do kinds of things, but we don't have something that customer can download and they can use. Maybe a PDF file or kinds of a file. But right now with this file system, you can ask the agent to create a well formatted HTML file that they can print out as a PDF. Just imagine that is a very good quote from with your logo in there, and also every line item in that quote can be traced back into the internal system of your customer, maybe a CRM or something. So I hope that this is the new thing. I use file system a lot on our side, and I see this one is very powerful, and it's allowing us to transform from a stateless agent to stateful. So this is a term in tech, but basically, like currently our agent doesn't really aware or doesn't have memory of what have been done, what is the customer look like, and what is the environment that the agent were working on. But furthermore, we will have the ability that we will retaining those information as an environment. So for example, like you can set maybe a project that we throw the agent in, and then the agent will producing those files, and that file will be stored in that folder. So when the agent start to generating the file 101, it knowing that there will be 100 files that have been created before it can reference to in order to retrieving the information from previous file, and it will get an improvement a bit by a bit. So that's why we put that in the section memory, because in here I'm planning to have more information. I split memory out of knowledge because we will including short-term memory, long-term memory, and variable. This is going to be in this section. So maybe let me have a token here. So what is coming later is that it's going to have the variable. It's going to have long-term memory. So this too is going to be something that upcoming next in this memory section. And yeah, I hope that this is this 5 system memory will introducing a new part that you can leverage to build your agent, and especially to bring that to your customer. All right. Yep. So come back to the question. Web playing cannot find to run it. It's a trigger, but no way to trigger mass workflow. No way to use it, basically. Yeah. So Gaurav, so for this, when you are cloning this MAS, basically, if you are setting up this correctly, then when you are say trigger in this part, it's going to trigger the other agent in order to go through. And when you go into the workforce, and there will be a section on the right hand side, you can click here, and then you can chat with that on the right hand side. So it will start to trigger. But for this workflow, because I was just cloning the workflow, so I haven't finished the configuration. So technically it will technically fail. But yeah. So for example, like this one, when you are clicking on an agent like trigger by Joseph, so if you configure everything properly, then the agent will working in this way. Research brief will have answer, and supervisor going to do conduct. And if you click on this one and going on the left hand side, there will be a certain workflow or setting that you will have to config. And because of the supervisor agent, it will have some sub agent as well. So you can go into the supervisor itself in order to see what is the system prompt that the supervisor is having, like this one. And then for the researcher agent, it will also in your agent workspace. If you go into the agent, and then you will have the researcher agent, and you click on the edit, you will see that there will be a workflow. That this workflow is actually the technically you need to ensure is having the Tavily and then have the connection codecs so that it will have the tool. So right now the UX is not up to a standard, I would say. You still need to do manual configuration in order to make sure all of the tool that the agent is working as a single agent. And then when you are adding that to the workforce, then it will following the structure on this part. Yeah. I think for this part, I have to review with the team on duplication, because I think when you are duplicating the agent, it will trying to duplicate all of the agent in the workforce. And if that in that agent, if it has the sub agent, if you need to clone that sub agent as well. And if that sub agent is actually having some tool in order to have, yeah. So for this part, we are working on the video tutorial in order to producing the multi-agent system. And this is, let me show you what are we working on. So we are working on this agent marketing teams. Okay. So in this team, okay. So we are also working on this team. Let me open this part. So this agent is going to starting with the so it will start, and it will start with the GTM marketing chief marketing officer, and it will go into the content writer. It will GTM uploader and SEO and graphic designer and marketing analysis. So what we are actually doing now is actually we are trying to make an example out of the picture that we presented before, which is this one. So during the time that we are building this example, we will record a video so that we can share with you, so that you can mimic the process. And we're also making this entire template available in in the workforce as well, so that you can clone it entire workforce and see how this go on the process on this part. Yeah. So this is quite there's some bug that we're still facing on this. So I would say that we are trying to have this agent MAS working within this week, and we're probably going to release a video before the next office hour. Yeah, I think the cut point, right? So this is like I think this is the support team. Yeah, I will remind the support team they can have a look on this one. But right now, because the MAS is already end the pre-order, so I mean the page right now is off. But I'm going to tell the team we will figure something else out for you. Yeah. We hope that we can build the MAS example just exactly the same like the one that we are presenting in here. Actually, we have the high level already on the structure, and each of the agent have their workflow already. So we are still in testing on that with those agents. V1 look more clear in terms of UI. Yeah. So the V1 is kind of like this is horizontal. V2 is kind of like yeah, it's I think normally this is like looking on the horizontal. So if you are dragging on this one and drag here and drag here and drag here, it will kind of like similar. Wait, I think I can click on, yeah. So just one click and V2 will auto organizing themselves into something like this. Yeah, that's why we go to V2, because this is pretty neat to have an auto layout. Right now it is horizontal, but we can technically make it like vertical. That doesn't suit in the system. So, but we are experimenting different area. But basically, it's just one click of the button. And the beauty of V2 is that you can back every step, everything. V1 don't have that, and that is something I believe that you will need when you are building the agent and multi-agent system. So that's why we are working pretty hard on this part. Hopefully that we can, yeah, true. I think form input, webhook, and schedule. Yeah, I think that definitely it will help. So right now we are having mostly the manual. So right now, if you can see in here, mostly the UI right now is kind of like publishing. We are missing one button in here, which is publish. So what we are anticipate to do is to do exactly what agent is doing in here. So whatever that you can publish the agent to, you can publish the workforce to. So you can publish to embed it, or you can publish it into an iframe or some e-commerce software. And we will working on Discord. Yeah, let me go back into the others. Okay. Yeah, so we are also talking about this one. So we taking Discord as a number one in this one. We are working on it. So probably that before office hour 14, we will have the Discord publishing. So this one is going to be available for agent first, and after agent is going to be MAS. So we are aiming that both agent and multi-agent or workflow can be having the same UI and flow, so that you can build and also you can publish them and host it on Agentic Flow platform properly. Release 0. I love how agent capture form input seamlessly with conversation chat format. Oh, I haven't this one. Release 0. Oh, this first time I see this. How they handle this? Maybe I would chat with the agent. Product inquiries. Experiment and learn. Oh, Arvin, how can I trigger the form that you mentioned? Yeah, I think if possible, please help to create a new ticket on the roadmap so that we can also test on that. And I think that's pretty neat as well. I think capturing information as a form is structure for user input, maybe even workflow trigger within an agent. I see what you mean. Wait, I think let me copy this one and I'm going to open. Okay. No. Don't know. Oh, okay. I think I know what you mean. So it means they are having some shortcut in here so that we can like, it's like a quick button, right? This is like a quick button. Yeah, makes sense. So it's kind of like structured. Let me think how we can design this one. I think it's going to be kind of like you will define the data structure that you want to capture, and then the agent will ask the user and will transforming based on the conversation in order to filling in that information. Or even we can just presenting the form for the like trigger a workflow. This could be that. So because we already have the ability to code a workflow already, right? So right now what we can is we can just trigger the workflow. Yeah, for now, I think for your question about like how we can trigger a workflow within the agent, I think this is something that can be done. We can presenting the form for user so that they can filling in, or they will prefer to answer during natural text. That should be okay. But for now, I think that is something okay. All right. I think that's pretty much it for now. For today. So let's summarize what we have shared today. So we share about OCR, Mistral OCR, which is state of the art. We share about the Infinite Canvas V2, which is very well structured and it's pretty neat. We were trying to convert V1 to V2 in a week so that you can see it before next week. For template and replay and duplicate, right now we create the first version already. It is working, but it's not that ideal. We will create the MAS template, and we will record the process and can share with everyone. The documentation is still needs some time to cooking because the code is changing when we are moving to V2. So the documentation that we wrote for V1 is needs some update because we move. We also have in the agent memory where it's a file system, and there's one thing. Wait, I think I have too much today that I forgot. This is a task management system. Yeah, so anyway, so what I mean is that we have the task management system in here. You can enable it and then can ask the agent to use tasks so that it technically will start to create things subtasks and doing it. But I'm trying to do the demo, but there is some problem with the saving of the task. So we need to fix that bug tomorrow, and I will release a video this week on task management in order to give you an idea on how to using this task. But I was talking about what problem does it solve. Long running tasks will degrade quality as agent will forget what needs to be done. So agent needs a to-do list. Task management give agent ability to create a to-do list, and it will use to update status and keep itself on track. Yeah, so that is how task management is going to solve. I'm going to create a separate video, to show you about how this one is setting up together on this part. Let me go back to Discord. Yeah, so Navon also the CX agent. So for the CX agent, what you can do is you can go in here and then you search into here and you can say maybe Zara.com, and then you can click create for free, and then it will starting the widget that will create agent. So basically what is this does is that the agent on outside it go into Zara.com and fetching some static page and some of the product detail page in order to equip the agent as a knowledge, and it is using some of the like knowledge retrieval action that's going to fetch. So we will make a video on the CX agent. Well, I think we have a lot of like it here. CX agent knowledge retrieval. So we need to create a video. Let me put it here. Video. And this one also a video. And what else? I need to copy this again so that I don't. Yeah, I think for file system we also need a video. And one more is on the MS. Yeah, so I think so we are going to have a 4 video from now until next office hour. One related to MAS, how to build MAS from end to end. Another one is how using the file, and next one is how using the task management, and finally is going to how the knowledge retrieval work in the CX agent. A lot of work, I would say. But we will try to fulfill it. Yep. Is Mia smarter your system on our? I tried create workflow with her today over an hour. None of that note are right here recognized. I create my own copilot, MCP, and action available everything, but I asked it to generate workflow. It doesn't build anything. I gave it system prompt, but it doesn't serve it. Only showing available node, but doesn't use MCP in action. Yeah, so the system prompt that I'm using this one is this. Let me copy this. This is from last week. Yeah, you can paste on here. I would suggest that you are referring back to our last week office hour because in there I was showing I was showing how to use setting up your own copilot. So that you can reusing that. For this one, the first question, is Mia smarter on our system? Technically, the Mia version 1.0, which is you go into chat, and then you go into Copilot, which is this version, is not as smart. So this version of Mia, we still call it a V1. We're having only 100 action on top of agent flow. She doesn't have MCP accent and so on. So we was having the MCP, but we yet able to equip that to Mia to make her the Vision 2 yet. But we will having a target in order to do it in August. So as you can see in here, this is our target for Mia Copilot improvement. This is our August roadmap. So we will equip Mia with an agent mode where she will have the current context of which workflow she was working on, and she can do some partial editing by prompt. And because we have the file system already, enhance with file system. Yeah. So this one is a new capability that we just introduced today. So we will equip her Mia with the file system as well, so that Mia can generate a workflow JSON file immediately, and then you can use that. And yeah, so for this for graph, I totally agree. I think we have a lot of like feature. We was developing a lot, but we not yet able to have chance to make proper video. So for this one, in August, we will fix this. For MAS, at least we are focusing on building this file template, and we will create each of them with one video so that you can follow along to understand MAS. And similarly, what I just promised in here. So we have 4 video in here. So from now until the next topic hour, we will squeeze some time in our development in order to produce these 5 video, so that at least you will learn like how to use tasks, how to use CX agent, how to use file system, and how to use the first multi-agent system. Yep. So I think that's pretty much it. I know that is quite long today. For Blaju, I will send a message to my team. She will respond back to you, and we will figure it out. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. It's a long meeting, and I hope that everyone will understand where we are. Thanks for having. If we have a webhook trigger, what is webhook URL? Wait. So sorry for JSample. So you go into agent, and then if you are going to an agent, so this is CX agent, Navon. We already have CX agent that already create, and I think we have some table. You can see here. So the agent is going to their website, and it will pull all the data like the product information and with all information, and the FAQ was webhook. You click clear, and then you create a webhook test, and then you create. It can be event body, okay, and then this allow you to have the endpoint from agentic flow with the webhook that you just create. So when you are trigger this CURL command with some data, it will trigger your agent. And I'm suggesting you is you can go into this video where Suren from my team, he is creating a example on Telegram. Yeah. So this video is actually having the very clear on how you use webhook, because in here Suren were using webhook to create an agent on Telegram that hook into agentic flow, and then agentic flow hook back to answer some question and so on. So this is kind of like step-by-step use case. I would suggest that this is very useful for you. Yeah, please use this one. All right, good. So thanks everyone for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the topic today. I will see you next week. Bye bye.